I am James Felicity of Group 4, the Team New Zealand / Hytema group. I will be giving my digital forensic expert testimony today. Testimony question number 1. What are the legal challenges associated with cyber incidents involving foreign countries? How do internal laws affect e-discovery? Reference discuss all international laws that may influence a forensic investigation in a country that your team is assigned. The legal challenges associated with cyber incidents involving foreign countries are that each country has its own legal system and follows its own laws. New Zealand follows the ISO IEC Information Technology Guidelines, whereas the US follows NIST standards. Internal laws affect e-discovery in that they provide the set of guidelines for each country to collect digital evidence separately. New Zealand requires the use of native electronic versions of documents as much as possible, using extracted metadata from native electronics and converting documents to imaged files. Testimony question number 2. What are the legal challenges of assessing and retrieving electronic evidence stored on foreign soil? Assuming cloud storage was used, what procedures were followed to assess and retrieve digital evidence stored in the cloud? The legal challenge of assessing and retrieving electronic evidence stored on foreign soil is that you must reach out to the country responsible for where the data is stored to obtain it. If the data is on a cloud server, it still depends on where legal battle is taking place. The Cloud Act of the United States states that all U.S. companies must hand over data stored on the cloud regardless where the servers holding the data are located. Testimony question number 3. Specific to the country that your team was assigned, how did the international laws and jurisdictions influence the processes and procedures followed during the forensic investigation? The international laws and jurisdiction of New Zealand influenced the process and procedures of the forensic investigation only slightly. New Zealand is a part of the Five Eyes Nations Alliance. This pact has helped to shape the way New Zealand handles cybersecurity. New Zealand borrows laws from the ISO and from the NIST. Testimony question number 4. What conflicts arose between ethics and international laws during the forensic investigations? How did these conflicts affect the investigations? How were the conflicts mitigated or resolved? The only ethics that arose was whether to pay the ransom or not. International laws to report the incident to authorities for a proper investigation. The other question came up whether to just pay the ransom for a quicker resolution. The team instead reported the attack to authorities, and a forensic team worked on isolating the affected areas. The other question was of whether or not to pay for a mitigated response or to just act on it. And our team decided to get right to work and report it as is the law. Testimony question number 5. What steps were taken to protect United States soil and citizens during the international investigation? Describe any risk to the country, businesses, or citizens from your investigations. In our second project, the United States stated they detected a data exploitation attack on the network. New Zealand responded by identifying the attack vectors and performing a vulnerability assessment of the network. An incident response report was created for how New Zealand analyzed the data exploitation from PCAP files and analyzed using a Wireshark packet sniffing program. Also, the affected systems were analyzed. The only risk was that there was a possibility that it was a Five Eyes Alliance member nation that did the attack.